Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. So what do we have in this video? Again, a very important topic in the chapter of polygons. Especially important for class 7th, 8th and onwards students and all those preparing for competitions. Watch out. This video is for you, the quant exams. Parallelograms and trapeziums. This is the topic which we all have to study if we have to understand higher geometry, and parallelograms and trapeziums has a wide variety of questions, and all those questions are mentioned in the worksheets which I have brought out especially for my CBSE students and for my quantitative aptitude preparing students, right? So I'll tell you all the details in my due course of time in this video only. Until then, let me tell you about the India's number one. This is what is the great thing about this. I call this India's number one because it is exclusive and you won't find a better collection of questions than this beginner level Vedic Maths video course. So beginner level, right? So when I say beginner level, it pertains to the basic competencies which you must have to crack higher level problems, higher level calculations, and to calculate 10x faster. Okay, so we have 61 different explanatory videos in the course, especially important to develop good concepts, and all the illustrations are given in the video course itself, and 114 worksheets for your comprehensive practice. So if you are a parent who is looking to develop those tendencies in your child which will make him like a part of top 1% of the students, then this video course, the beginner level Vedic Maths course, is for you. It includes addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and divisibility, some basic topics, but when the base is strong, then you can build on it, right? So how to get a copy of this? You can send me a message on WhatsApp 9896369963. That is my WhatsApp number, and I guarantee you will get a best offer if you get it through my WhatsApp. Okay, so friends, we have the amazing video course for your benefit. Let's see some of the questions which I am going to take up in this video. The first one: how many sides does a regular polygon? Now the important word is regular. A regular polygon always has all the sides of equal length and all the interior angles are of the same measure. Okay, that's why we call it regular polygon. So it is given that the exterior angle is 60 degree. That means if one of the exterior angles is 60 degree, then all the exterior angles have to be 60 degree each because it's a regular polygon. Okay. So how do you crack this question? I think most of the students who know the concept of a regular polygon, they will crack this question without using the pen, and they'll just see the question and tell the answer. And even you will do that when I tell you the concept. Let it be any kind of polygon, whether it is a 3-sided or a polygon or a triangle, a 4-sided polygon or a quadrilateral, 5-sided polygon which is a pentagon, heptagon 7-sided, nonagon 9-sided, or 20-sided, 25-sided. There is a common property in all the polygons. All the exterior angles, so let me make a polygon here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 sides. Okay, so if I make all the exterior angles, see, all these are exterior angles. I am producing the sides and making exterior angles, marking the angles like this. See, so I have marked 7 angles. The surprising property of exterior angles of a polygon is that all the exterior angles always add up to 360 degree. Okay, so always remember, sum of exterior angles of a polygon is always 360 degree, right? Now use this property here. He says that it's a regular polygon, so all the exterior angles are equal and each exterior angle is 60 degree. So if this is like 60 and they add up to 360 degree, so all you need to do is to find the number of sides of that regular polygon by dividing 360 degree by each angle which is given here, that is 60 degree, and automatically you will get the answer 6 sides. So the answer to the question is the polygon has 6 sides, or it is a hexagon. Very easy, right? 360 divided by the measure of each angle will give you the number of sides in the polygon. Right, let's have one more important question. You can see here there's a tactical question here which is based on the properties of a parallelogram. So if you know your properties well, you will crack the question within no time, and that's what is the beauty of these videos. You know, it develops the basic competencies in you and helps you in cracking the questions just by utilizing your common sense. Okay, so what does he say here? Can a quadrilateral, that's a four-sided figure, right, ABCD, be a parallelogram? So quadrilateral is a random four-sided figure, okay, and we need to know whether it can be a parallelogram or not. So you should know when does a quadrilateral become a parallelogram. So there are some unique properties, right? And what are those properties? A parallelogram, if you name it as ABCD, now currently we don't know whether it's a parallelogram. I'm drawing a quadrilateral here. Let's call this as A. Okay, I'll use some other angle as A bit. Okay, so the angle which I am going to use as A is this. So B, C and D. Okay. Now he says angle A is 60 degree. So if this is 60 degree and angle C, the opposite angle, see, angle A and B are always adjacent, angle A and C are always opposite, and so he gives us that angle C is also 60 degree. So if this is also 60 and is asking us whether it can be a parallelogram or not, and those who know the properties of parallelogram will know that opposite angles of a parallelogram are always equal. And yes, all the pairs of opposite angles in this case are equal because this is 60 and this is 60, and therefore yes, this quadrilateral ABCD can be a parallelogram because the opposite angles are equal. Remember, if one pair of opposite angles are equal, then the other pair will automatically be equal because that will be 120 and 120. Pretty clear, right? Let's move on to some more important questions. Here we have a figure in which we are given that it's a parallelogram, right? There is a parallelogram LMNO, and there are some angles marked there. This is 80 degree, this is 55 degree, and some unknown angles are marked X, Y and Z, and we need to find all those angles. Remember students, when you do a question based on geometry, the previous concepts are very important. So you should know what is a linear pair. You should know what are vertically opposite angles. You should know what is the property of an exterior angle of a triangle. You should know what is transversal. What are the angles made by a transversal with two parallel lines? The alternate interior angles, the consecutive interior angles, or the corresponding angles. All these concepts have to be crystal clear if you want to crack these questions of finding the unknown angles. So I'm going to use all those things here. Let's see how we can crack this question now. So if it is a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal, right? So if I call this angle as angle 1 and this 80 degree, it forms a linear pair. So angle 1 and 80 degree automatically will add up to 180 degree, thereby giving you angle 1 as 180 minus 80, 100 degree. Now angle 1 is 100 degree, and therefore the opposite angles of a parallelogram X is equal to angle 1 because they are opposite angles of a parallelogram, and so X is also 100 degree. So one of the angles is found now. This is 100 degree. Now we need to find Y and Z. You know that the opposite sides LO and LNM, these two sides are parallel, and this happens to be the transversal, and therefore Y and 55, they are alternate interior angles and they have to be equal. The alternate interior angles are equal. So this Y is 55 degree. And now finding Z is pretty elementary because you know this angle 1 is 100 degree. So in this triangle we can actually use angle sum property because the sum of the three angles is going to be 180 degree. So what will be the value of Z? Z will be 180 minus the sum of other two angles, which is 155. So 100 plus 55, and that gives you 180 minus 155, which is 25 degree as the value of z. So we have all the three angles. X is 100 degree, y is 55 degree, and z is 25 degree. Pretty easy, right? The basics have to be really strong, friends. Okay, let's see another one. Ratios. There are four angles obviously in a quadrilateral, and the angles are given in this ratio. We need to find the angles. Pretty easy question, and I think most of the students will know this already. But you should know that whenever we are given the ratio of two things, three things, four things, you have to assume them as 2x, 3x, 11x and 20x. And all you need to do is to apply the property of a quadrilateral. What is the property of a quadrilateral? It says that the sum of the four angles has to be 360 degrees. So just add all of them. 2x plus 3x plus 11x plus 20x comes out to be 360 degree, which gives us what? 20, 31, 34, 36. So 36x is equal to 360 degree. So x is 360 by 36, that is 10 degree, right? And once you know the value of x, you know all the four angles. We need to find the angles, right? So the angles are 2x, x is 10, so 20 degree, 3x, 3 into 10, 30 degree, 11x, 11 into 10, 110 degree, and 20x, 20 into 10, 200 degree. And here are the four angles of the quadrilateral. Most of the students who know these and who are preparing for quantitative aptitude, they will know this orally, and most of the students, they should do it orally. Okay, let's see some more questions. Here we have a question where there is a trapezium keyword, the trapezium, in which BC is parallel to AB. So there is no arrow marked here. So these two are parallel, and it's a trapezium. Obviously, if one pair of opposite sides is parallel, then it is a trapezium. It is given that BC equal to BK. So here we have marked it, BC equal to BK. So we should know the property of an isosceles triangle, and now that is going to be the key here. Let's see. And some of the angles are given. This angle is 75 and this angle is 60 degree. So we need to calculate three different angles. CBK. Where is CBK? CBK. This angle. How do you find this angle? Now use this triangle. In triangle CBK, we are given that BC and BK are equal, right? BC and BK are equal, and that means this angle, let's call this as angle 1, is equal to 75 degree, because angles which are opposite to the equal sides are always equal. Okay, so in a triangle, isosceles triangle, you have two sides equal, and the angles which are opposite to those equal sides, they will also be equal. And therefore BC and BK being equal, angle 1 and 75 have to be equal. Now once you know angle 1, which is 75 degree, we can find angle CBK, the third angle of this particular triangle. 180 minus, both are 75, 75, so 75 plus 75, that gives me 180 minus 150, and the answer for the question is 30 degrees. So this angle is 30 degree. I'll mark it here. This is 30 degree and this is 75 degree. So one angle is obtained. Let's see the second one. ADC. Where is ADC? ADC. Oh, pretty easy. This angle, right? It's a trapezium, right? So these two lines are parallel. So don't you think this angle ADC, which is angle 2 in this case, and angle A, they are co-interior angles? That two parallel lines intersected by a transversal, the consecutive interior angles always add up to 180 degree. And so angle 2 plus 60 degree should give me angle 180 degree, and therefore angle 2, that is angle ADC, is what? 180 minus 60, which is 120 degree. So here we have another answer. 120 degree is the second angle. Now look at the third one. Angle DCK. Where is angle DCK? DCK. This angle. So we need to find this angle now. How do you find that? So we have some angles already marked there, and can you see that this this BC is parallel to AB, and so this angle DCK which you have to find actually is alternate interior to this angle 75 degrees. See, these two are alternate interior, and so the third part, angle DCK, which is marked as angle 3 in the figure, is 75 degree because it is alternate interior angle. See, the properties, knowledge of the properties, that is the important key thing here. If you know the properties, you know everything. If you don't know the properties, you're going to struggle, because the basics, obviously, if you don't know ABC, if you don't know words, if you don't know sentences, you can't be writing essays, right? So learn the ABC first. Right, so friends, I hope you enjoyed the video, you enjoyed watching the basics, how to comprehend the problem and catch hold of the solution easily. So if you have liked it, do share it with your friends, do subscribe to the channel and click the bell shaped icon for getting all the notifications. Thanks for watching this video and all the best.